Good day and welcome back to the Herbert Dennard Show. I have with me a legend in basketball and a person that's been involved in the civil rights movement in Atlanta and all over Georgia. I'm talking about a Hall of Famer. Sometimes people say a future Hall of Famer. This is already a Hall of Famer, Walter Bellamy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and it's a privilege and a pleasure to be in your company this evening.
Oh, you landed on heavy, man. That's good. But let me ask you this now. You played center with the 1960 Olympic team. They had Oscar Robertson at point guard, and they didn't call it point guard then. They had Jerry West as the shooting guard. They had one powerful team, and these were all college players. What's your comments on that?
My comment on it, Herb, is that the media, the basketball pundits came out with the fact when another later team and that
the Dream Team. This was the Dream Team.
This was the authentic Dream Team because we got no compensation. We were truly amateurs on that team. And if you don't mind, I'll take you to a team. I mean, the other players on that team was Jerry Lucas. We had Burla Hollison, who played in AAU. They had to take two guys from the AAU, and Al Lane. We had Odie Smith, who also was in the service. They took a person from the service, and Bob Boozer, who played at Kansas State. And that aggregation of players won by greater margins than 20. Now, there are going to be some information, or maybe even some results that, and when we were preparing to go to Rome, the Cleveland Pipers, who were members of the ABA, I think, defeated us. And of course, I'm sure they want to recycle that. But when we went to the competition, then I like to think that we were the best team that has ever played basketball. Now, obviously, I would get some comment, but I certainly want to use that as an editorial based on the results of the 1960 Olympic team.
That was one heck of a team. You think of Oscar Robertson, and I just ask you briefly here. Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, how do you compare them?
Well, I try not, and I will not compare any players. Magic was good in his era. Oscar, because I played with him, was better during that era. Why? Because Oscar, in addition to his basketball ability and his professionalism, also coached and directed the team on the floor. And that's something that's invaluable. That's not to say that our coaching wasn't adequate, but he knew where every player should go in order for him to get the ball to that player. And so I would not attempt to compare Mr. Johnson with Mr. Robinson, as I would only say that during my era, he was the best basketball player during my career.
He was super. Now,
Yeah.
You was a center, 6'11", 7 feet?
So they say.
So they say.
Yeah.
Now, when you played center, you played against Wilt Chamberlain,
That's correct.
Bill Russell, Nate Thurman, I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Correct.
And you held your own with all of them.
Well, it's a competitive game, and we were all professionals. Again, I relish the fact that you bring it up, or if anyone bring it up, because those were truly centers who played the game. And more specifically, during that period, you didn't have a player playing 20 minutes or a center playing 18 minutes and then coming in for 12 minutes. They played the entire game. And so one of the aspects I find in that they were the best conditioned athletes in all professional sports because they played 48 minutes. And they had to do a lot of physical touch and pushing and shoving, which again is part of the game. But they, again, or myself, was privileged to have played for 12 years and not have sustained a serious injury. And I would attribute that to my training, to obviously to the fact that I'm playing against players of equal talent and ability. So that encourages you to take care of your system, take care of your body. so that you would be at its fitness best once the ball is thrown up.